The first trailer for Star Wars Squadrons just dropped a couple hours ago. It was big, it was loud, it was cinematic, and it didn't really reveal too much about the game itself, the gameplay itself, how it's going to play. Really, there was actually more information about the game in the video description underneath the official EA trailer than was in the actual trailer itself. And for me, this game is kind of a dream come true. There are VR capabilities built into this game for PlayStation and PC. There's also cross-play support, so I guess whatever console you have, or if you have a PC, you can play it against your buddies on various platforms, which is a kind of a big bonus. I probably won't take advantage of that too much. Most of my friends have PCs, and that's kind of what we play on. But both of my nephews actually have PlayStation, so maybe I will take advantage of that and be able to play with them, which would be fun. We've never really played games together online. So the trailer was great. It got me pumped up for the game. I've been wanting like a Star Wars flight simulator for a while with VR capabilities, despite not having a VR headset yet. They're still too pricey for my blood, but this might make me change my tune. Let's take a look at the video description and see what information is down there. It's kind of the meat and potatoes of what we're going to be getting in this game. The video description says that you can take full control of starfighters such as X-Wing and TIE fighters, and the matches, it looks like, will be 5 versus 5, a focus on 5v5 multiplayer dogfights alongside your squadron. It almost seems like little death matches in space while you're flying. Some people might consider that too small. We'll just have to see, right? I mean, as you're building a game, I'm sure you test a variety of player populations in a server, and you kind of whittle it down to figure out what is the sweet spot of player base per server, right? So 5v5, maybe they'll bump that up in the future with various other game modes. Who knows? That's a pretty good start though. According to, I believe it was on the Steam store, it's going to be $39.99, $40, which for a new big out of the gate EA, AAA title, Star Wars license, $40 is pretty cheap, right? That tells me something maybe about the game. It's going to be smaller in scale and scope. I tweeted out something the other day. It was just a complete raw prediction. I was not privy to any information whatsoever. And I said, this game might be kind of like World of Warships, right? Multiplayer heavy, multiplayer maybe exclusive, and be kind of relatively small in scale and scope, and just kind of focus on these multiplayer skirmishes, these battles. And the more information that we get from this game, that's kind of what it's looking like to me. Obviously, it's going to be way different than World of Warships, but it kind of gives that vibe to me. Obviously, it's not going to be free to play. There's going to be a single player campaign, which the EA description says as well. Who knows how long that single player experience will be, but I'm sure the main focus will be on the multiplayer aspects, right? The single player is probably just there to get your feet wet of what this game is going to be all about. The description says, plan skirmishes with your squadron in the briefing room before taking off to the evolving battlefields across the galaxy. Compete in intense 5 versus 5 multiplayer dogfights, or unite with your squadron to tip the scales in monumental fleet battles, which that sounds like a game mode, right? Fleet battles, we'll see. Together, you're the galaxy's finest. It also says, Star Wars Squadrons is a fully self-contained experience from day one, where you earn rewards through play, climb the ranks and unlock new components like weapons, hulls, engine, shields, and cosmetic items, and a clear path for progress that keeps gameplay fresh and engaging. So, it kind of sounds like they're learning from the mistakes of Battlefront 2's launch. Maybe they're painting a little better picture of what the unlocks are going to be, and it doesn't mention anything about microtransactions, which is something I've never really had a big problem with, as long as it doesn't affect gameplay and give people an advantage, right? So it seems like they are really pushing and letting it be known that you will earn these rewards through play and climb the ranks and unlock new components like blah, 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 all that stuff. So, and yeah, like I said, Squadrons is virtual reality capable on the PC and PlayStation. I don't think there's been any mention of like next generation consoles, PS5 and the new Xbox and whatnot. I would assume that the game will be available on both of those. It only makes sense to me. Maybe not. Maybe this is the kind of like last hoorah of a previous generation of consoles. Who knows? But that's really exciting to me. I've been wanting a VR headset for a very long time. As I said at the beginning of the video, it's just out of my price range, man. It's, yeah, eventually, like when DVD players first came out, they were outrageously expensive, right? Like $700, $800 for a DVD player when they first came on the market. And then after like a year or two, they were down to $100. I mean, so hopefully VR headsets will take that kind of price path that most technologies go through, right? When 4K TVs came out, it was like that too. Now you can get a 70-inch 4K TV for like $400, maybe cheaper than that, which is crazy. So I'm really hoping VR headsets drop in price dramatically, because at the moment, even with this game, as much as I want to play it in VR, I just really can't bring myself to buy a VR headset. Just because, well, I have a kid now, so that changes the whole game, right? So, yeah, man, as much as I'm thirsting to experience a VR Star Wars flight simulator, I'm probably gonna have to wait a good while. So yeah, what did you guys think of the trailer? The trailer did exactly what it aimed to do, right? It was a good tease. It showed us kind of the feel of the game, I guess, in a cinematic way. I rarely get excited for cinematic trailers. Star Wars is kind of its own breed, right? So seeing a cinematic trailer for Star Wars with the music used, it amplifies so many emotions, and you know, you want to jump into it. The cinematic trailer kind of hit me in the sweet spot. That being said, my excitement level is, I'm doing a hand motion right now. It's here. It's like at my chin. And once I see some gameplay and see how all of this is going to operate and play out, my excitement level will be through the roof. That gameplay will be shown on the 18th, which I believe is when the EA Play, like digital online showcase EA Play, is going to be on June 18th, which is a Thursday. It looks like that event will start at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So do the math for your area. That's 7 p.m. my time, Eastern time. So June 18th, 2020, 4 p.m. Pacific time, we will be getting our first glimpse of gameplay to check out Star Wars Squadrons. And dude, I'm super excited. I can't wait to jump in. Seems like it's going to be pretty small and focused. 5v5, as it said. Yeah, hopefully we can squad up, fly around, have some dogfights. Who are you going to fight for? The Rebellion or the Empire? My favorite ship of all time across all of Star Wars is the run-of-the-mill X-Wing, the workhorse of the fleet. I love me an X-Wing, and that's probably what I'm going to fly the most. HelloGreedo, out.